getting through to this client, we have to remember that they are um, adopting these adverse postures, ergonomically adverse for them, um, to basically get the baby to eat. So within that, how do we create a place where the baby gets more milk? So for her, this was the position that worked best for her to hold her baby. And what we did was to keep her from not losing the latch and keep getting more milk. I taught the mom the finger placement on her breast tissue. Um, and eventually, you could see in the slide before this one that she, if you look at the picture, uh, Kavya, can you go back to this slide where the picture where she actually was able to do laid back nursing? So we have to remember that each dyad is going to teach us something, and it keeps us humble, and we need to learn from them. All right, let's go to the next slide. So this is a little quiz for you guys. What would you suggest if this was a virtual consult? After watching the video, please let me know. In the text is fine in the chat box. Let's play the video, Kavya.
All right, here we go, Hazel. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. There you go. Can I get in so you see what her mouth is doing? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Can you get that to touch? Yeah, I don't know if it's because of the angle of her head, the tilt of her head. Yeah, it's there. It's there. Or she's not really wanting it. There you go. There you go. All right. Okay. That's good, sweetie.
All right, so a lot of us have a lot of suggestions for this parent, and it's good because you are exercising your muscle in the brain that tells you what you would have suggested. And what I admired about this video was that how patient the mom was with the baby, and this taught me patience on how I could stop myself from getting hands on and moving the baby's arm. So understanding that we have to back up and look at the situation, let the baby do their thing, let the mom do their thing, and then suggest things, right? So being aware of that is very, very important. Okay, so in this video, you will see that this mom had a large breast, and what would you suggest in this case for moms who have larger breasts? I have seen moms use like a bandage that they wear like a necklace that can support the breast, and sometimes they put a pile of small pillows under their breast. And in this case, if you look at the video, she is supporting her breast with her own hand and shaping it and molding it so that the baby can latch better. This mom had um, no breast size change during pregnancy, although her breast tissue looked pretty, big. Big does not mean more milk, understanding that, and reminding them that there are ways that they can support their own breast tissue. And if it's with their hand and that's what they're comfortable with, then we do that. Let's play the video, Kavya. The next one. Not this one, the next one. Yep. All right. Now, can you imagine if this mom had her milk had just come in or transitioned and she was engorged, it would be even harder for this baby to latch on. And in this case, sometimes I find that they are given nipple shields because they are being told that their nipples are flat, but their nipples are not necessarily flat. The breast is engorged and there is a lot of periareolar swelling. And teaching them a simple thing like reverse pressure softening before they latch the baby will be very helpful. So something to uh, ponder. Let's go to the next slide, and let's play this video. This baby had laryngomalacia, and yes, the mom wanted to feed the baby only in this position. So this is about parent preference, not what we prefer. So let's play it, Kavya.
So it's okay to touch his head? Technically we don't want to, but if you feel like he needs the support, it's okay. So now do you see what he's doing with his hand here?
Yeah, he's calling me.
Yeah, he's kind of doing his own breast massage. And so that's why he needs his hands, you know? See how he kind of uses his fists and then his hands. He's kind of kneading and massaging.
But when he's excited, he puts his hand
In the middle, right?
in front of his mouth.
Yeah.
And that doesn't work.
He's still using a lot of chewing motion here. You see how he's recruiting his
Yeah.
lips so much more? Oh, buddy.
It hurts.
Is it hurting? Okay, let's unlatch, take a break.
All right, lots of good discussions happening in the chat, which is what I want. So the next slide, you will see a baby, mom who had low supply. Let's play that video, Kavya. Oh, no, that's the same. Sorry, this is a double slide for, there we go. So this mom had a lot of milk, second baby. She was a chunker, and let's play this video. Let's go to the next video. I think it's the same one. You have to do the next one. So once this video stops playing, I'll talk to you about this. You can stop the video now, Kavya. So what I want you to think about is that, yes, this baby had stridor. Yes, the mom was concerned about it. Yes, the mom had a lot of milk. She had hyperlactation. But what she allowed this baby to do is latch and unlatch when the baby needed to take the breather. So again, understanding that safety is a biological imperative. That means that breathing comes before feeding. And if the baby is able to um, feed without struggles at the breast, and when they're allowed to kind of fall back and catch their breath, turn their head and catch their breath, whatever that may be, that feeding relationship between the parent and the baby needs to be in a place where they are able to communicate with each other. Yes, you could see the facial expressions in the upper half of the baby's face where she was like, "What is going on here?" And you do notice that the mom in this case did not um, push the baby's head back onto the breast, and also did not make sure that panic and kind of started burping the baby rapidly. um, this baby is still breastfeeding. She is 8 months old now, and she's a happy camper. But understanding how these parents are connecting with each other, and you know remembering that, bringing empathy into the situations and not reacting the way like, whoa, that is stridor and that's a lot and the baby's struggling. So when you as a provider are like taken aback by this in front of the parent, then the parent will get more concerned. So what we want is to increase oxytocin. If the mom is concerned, you can validate that yes, it's concerning, send them back to their providers, healthcare providers, but understanding that uh, if you have empathy in the picture, it increases the oxytocin levels. Okay, I hope I answered your question, Gail. Let's go to the next slide. Not this one. This is that same baby. Okay. Okay, this picture I just wanted to put in because a lot of us end up using a supplemental nursing system, and we must remember that when we are looking at using any lactation tools, we have to remember that we need to remember if the parent is able to manage the supplemental system on their own, how they are putting the tube, and ask these parents to demonstrate how they are able to put the tube in their mouth, whether they're able to manage it on their own. Because using a supplemental nursing system may be easy for you to teach, but for the parent to use it and for long periods of time is a whole different ball game. So looking at what is the relationship between the baby and the parent, what can the parent do if the parent has a toddler who has a lot of energy and needs to run around, are they able to use the supplemental nursing system? So yes, there is a parental goal of feeding the baby at the breast. We have to help them meet it, but also backing up a little bit and thinking that um, what is physically possible for this parent and baby. Okay, so this was a single mom who had an older kiddo, 6 years old. She had low supply, pendulous breasts, and the baby had low oral tone. So we have to also understand that we need to collaborate with other providers in our area, whether it's an OT, a speech pathologist, or a physician, a midwife, thinking about how we can um, keep the lines of communication open between providers, right? Because they have their own view of how things can be helped, and we have our own views, and meeting in the middle somewhere where the common goal is helping the parent. In this video, you will notice that this mom has a lot of um, empathy for the baby. She's able to respond to the baby by telling the baby that, yes, you are struggling. I know it's hard for you, but I'm here for you. In this case, this mom was really struggling with baby sleep, and they started sleep training the baby. And she called me because the baby started refusing the breast, and the baby had gone from like 66th percentile to like 7th percentile on her weight growth curve. So you will see how she soothes the baby. So um, celebrating every time a parent is tuning into their baby is very important as well. So let's play that video.
That's a good burp. That's a good burp. Does that feel nice to get the burp? Is there another one in there? Is there another one in there? No? Don't look at the camera. Don't look at the camera. Okay. Let's go try again. Over here. Uh-huh. Over here, Avi. Over here, Avi. There we go. There we go. Okay, how about this? How about this? It's right here. It's right here.
So I'm going to pause this video here. So what I want you to think about is this baby's behavior of popping on and off. Um, and mom is trying to feed the baby, but this baby was being fed about 5 times a day with the bottle. Mom was back to work. So just understanding that we cannot just um, yes, she knew about latching. Yes, she knew about positioning. But what she was informed about in infant sleep was that this baby was waking up every 3 to 4 hours. And she was reading a book called 12 Hours by 12 Weeks. And she started to sleep train the baby. And she almost lost her milk supply because of it. And the baby was refusing the breast, not because the baby didn't know how to latch, but because the baby was unable to get the milk because the milk flow was too slow. Yeah. So there is a book called 12 Hours by 12 Weeks. So educating our clients on what normal infant sleep is very, very important. I'm sorry the camera quality is so grainy because it was from the parent's phone. Let's go to the next slide. Oh, not this one, but the one after. Yeah, here we go. So this is a video where the moms has long nipples, and we think that perfect shaped nipples, baby should be latching easily. But what we have to remember is that we are assessing not just the baby how they latch and position, but also assessing the parent's breast tissue, and that means sometimes manual examination of breast tissue. Very important. If you do not have that skill, I suggest you learn about it and get classes and get education on it. So let's play the video on this one. All right, I'm going to pause the video here. What I want you to understand is that this mom has very long nipples. This baby looks very healthy, gaining weight, but the weight gain is happening because this baby was bottle fed, and this is what the baby would do every time the mom tried to breastfeed. This baby was behaving. I hope that you guys got to see the video. I'm sorry I'm running over time a little bit, but I just wanted you to know that um, the 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 baby was crying because not because there was no milk, not because they were not getting enough milk, but because they could not move their tongue to extract the milk enough. So when we are usually seeing infants, we have to assess the baby and the mother. Okay, let's go to the next slide. You'll just in this slide you will see that this mom, Kavya, that she is using the koala hold and the nipple shield to get the baby to latch, and eventually she was able to latch in that um, laid back position and even side lying position. But this mom sent me a very proud picture when she was able to latch her baby to get him to the breast without having pain. So not all tools are bad and not all positions are wrong. Okay. This is a preemie latching at the breast in the NICU, and you can see that this preemie is showing a stop sign, and that's a stress cue. So very, very important for those of us who work with premature babies in the NICU that yes, we want to get that latch on camera. Yes, we want to get that mom to latch the baby. But when the preemie is giving a stress cue, that is a teaching moment for us in terms of how we are telling these parents that, okay, this is a stop sign from your baby. That means that we pause what we are doing, we take a step back, and we can restart again. So we are basically teaching them about the relationship building with their baby, and understanding that attunement comes before that first feeding or latch. We have to teach parents about these stress cues of infants. And if you think about the times that you have helped a parent feed their baby, latch a baby, and it significantly improved their performance, we have to also look at, okay, is that performance improved because our hands-on help, and is the parent able to read the baby's cues, right? So um, that infant showing a stop sign is where we are seeing that, okay, this is what I'm seeing, and we are teaching. It's an educational opportunity for you as a provider, and we have to take the time. We must take the time to teach parents about this. Okay, we cannot rush because we have to check a box in our form or intake or whatever we are doing paperwork wise, right? So reminding parents that it's important that they look at their infants, and see how in the first picture the baby's eyes are open, and second picture the baby's ready to eat, and the third picture you can see that the baby's done. Okay. What can we do for I get a lot of questions, and I'm sure you guys do too, where partners say that I want to give the baby a bottle so I can support the mom. Well, we can educate partners on how they can support their other half on, um, besides giving a bottle. Well, there's tummy time, there's skin to skin, there's baby massage, there's playtime. There's also time when they can hold their baby in this position so they can poop better. So these are the things that we need to be teaching our parents and their partners, because again, that fathering, way they father, the way they parent their baby is what they also need to learn. So doing massage, skin to skin, holding the baby, these are all things that we can teach in our consults, right? So I just want you to remember that bottles are not the only way that partners can support their babies. And sometimes we as providers have to call a family meeting if we're in their homes, that this is what you can do. Can you bring a plate of food without the mom asking you to bring a plate of food? And thank you so much to every one of you for being here early in the morning, late in the night, middle of the afternoon. And the reason I had this picture in my thank you slide is because she is nursing an older nursling, and it can be very easy for all of us to project our personal experiences onto the families we support. because intellectually we know that we are this wriggling mass of unconscious bias, and it takes a vast amount of professional skill and personal skill to acknowledge these biases and work alongside them. So lactation support should be about centering the families we support and helping them on their personal journeys at a time when they often feel isolated so much.
Well, thank you so much, Sejal. That was absolutely fantastic. You just lift everybody so much to a whole new level, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. From the learning side, we just made these great leaps, I have to say, in the lactation field. Absolutely fabulous. There's no way you could have sat through this today and not learned something. I'm really truly amazed, my friend, always every time when you're in our presence. So thank you. And I know all of you concur with me here today. This has been absolutely fabulous. So the good news is that Sejal will be with us here just shortly. We're going to have a live Q&A, but for now we will wrap up this session and head into our end room. Just stay with us, folks. There is so much to learn here. I want you to be part of this global community. Stay up to date on all of our social media sites. You can stay connected with what's happening today and for the rest of the year. You can see them all on your screen there. And of course, if you're a part of this registration for Gold Lactation, you will be able to access the forums where we stay connected throughout the sessions. And of course, we can ask questions to our speakers. I can't wait to see so many of you online. Thank you so much for joining us here today for our opening keynote with Sejal Fajadia. Thank you again, everyone, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye for now.